If you need space, and I mean real space, then I have the perfect communities for you. And yes, that was plural. Today, we're at Creekwood Crossing and Bradbury Forest in Spring, Texas, where you can get amazing prices with some serious square footage. Big homes, prices that make sense, and a community and builder that actually deliver on space and value. Okay, come on, y'all, we gotta go see it. We're starting off in Creekwood Crossing, which is just a smaller community offset from Bradbury Forest, which is literally right behind us. But we're taking a look at their model home that they just got up. We're gonna start left, which is going to be our office study area. Ceiling height feels really good here when you're walking into the space. And then of course, French doors with glass inserts. It is a slightly muggy day today, y'all, so don't hold it too much against them if we're not getting a whole lot of natural light. But also take a look at the ceiling height that we have here. And for my 2-story lovers, this is a 2-story, so we're gonna go upstairs, we're gonna take a look. Okay, nice storage, understairs storage. I skipped this part because this is going to be walled off, and this is going to be your garage area. Right now it is their office, but half bath, which I can say is very spacious and feels very good. Then we go back into our hallway. Off to our left, we have our dining room. 2 windows in the back. Honestly feels nice. Like, I like the fact that we still have a true dining room, but it still is open concept-ish because it kind of blends to the rest of the house. I think my favorite part is this kitchen and how it kind of goes back. But let's take a look. Let's see what we're working with. I can already tell you we don't have slow close on here or any form of soft close. I do like the cabinets that we get here though. I like the countertop that we're seeing as well as the backsplash. This is really neutral. I have worked with this builder before, and I will say, I think some of my favorite cabinets that they've put up are going to be their like brownish wood tone cabinets. Those are really nice. 4-burner, it looks like we're getting a GE appliance package, which is included with any of these inventory homes. Okay. And then layout over here, have more of like this buffet style countertop on this side, which is nice if you are hosting. So it can kind of double as a resting place for all of your food, for your guests to come and serve themselves. Just a thought. And then as you can see here, we have what is going to be our garage. So this door would be crazy. Okay. So as you can see here, this is going to be our garage. So the other side is going to be walled off. Laundry room is going to be here. Okay. Which spacious laundry room off of the kitchen, and then off to your left, we're gonna have pantry, which this is a big pantry, y'all. We have a lot of floor space for any of our bulk goods, bulk items, and then we still have a decent amount of cabinet space here. Oh, that's so funny. And that light, for some reason, controls outside. How interesting. Oh, wait, we have another one. Okay, so hold on, y'all. I gotta figure this out. Oh, it's like a, okay. Because I was like, that is really dark. That controls literally all the lights in the kitchen area for some reason. Don't ask me why. Back to our kitchen. Okay, cabinets. I like the way this kitchen has been laid out. It feels spacious. There's a really decent sized gap in between both of your countertops here. And then I do like the space that we're getting here. Really functional kitchen. It feels nice to walk in. And then I love how we have at least a long enough island for, they were able to put 4. So no breakfast nook here, but we have our dining room right there. And the way that they've laid this out, I do feel like your dining room could double as a breakfast nook. If you're not into super formal dining, you could really just have that be your breakfast nook space. But you have enough seating here to where you can sit down, eat, dash, and go. So in regards to our living room though, I like the way that they did the layout here, though I probably would have flipped that sofa this way because that's just me, right? But I do like the fact that we're able to put TV, have our little TV stand there. We have our fireplace to the left. Ceiling height is super tall. We have a balcony that overlooks. And honestly, y'all, they spaced this out, but I'm looking at this. This is so much space. And if you are somebody who enjoys a more closer knit feel in your living room, you could get away with that and you would still have ample space. Like, I mean, a lot of space in here. So this is a good size living room. And I like the tiling that they did on here. It's not colored, but like something about it stands out a little bit more than just it being a plain white. I think it has to do with the pattern and probably the texture, but it does go perfectly with this mantle. Other things to notate here, looks like we've got windows at the top. Looks like we also have speakers, so that's probably an upgrade that you can get done if you'd like, especially for those who like to entertain and host. Before we go outside, we're gonna go into our primary. Okay. This primary is very deceiving because the way the doors offset, it feels tight, but then when you walk in and you turn, you can see that your room is just pushed a little further that way. So as you can see, we've got a 6-drawer dresser. We still have some space on the right-hand side. We've got a chair there. So space is not an issue in here. Got windows that face our backyard. This one looks like a queen. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This looks like a queen, so you can still fit a king in here. Plus, look at all the space that we have between our bed, our nightstand, and the wall. King will fit in here, no problem. Honestly, simple room. This is a very simple primary in comparison to some of the houses that we've seen, but the space is here and you can come in and customize how you like. Okay. Double sink, single vanity. Like our bathroom space, I like when we get space in the middle here. Framed shower. I personally am not the biggest fan of these, but when we're talking about value, those are some of the things that we give up on. Just having like that tiled bottom. And then of course, tiles not all the way up to the ceiling, y'all. Come on. We don't ask for much, we just ask for that. I do like this tub though. Very deep, very wide. And then I'm really liking the glass that we have here. Okay. Long Lake is doing something. Now in regards to private toilet, we're gonna have to get in there. There's not really a way for me to set this up. You know what, I wonder if I can put it here. Oh wait, y'all. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this isn't bad. Okay. It's a little tight, but the way that the door is angled, it doesn't feel so bad. So if you're not the biggest fan of like a closed off private toilet area, you may not necessarily like this setup, but it is not terrible at all when you shut the door. Closet. Okay, I think this is a decent sized closet. Obviously, this would be closed off, but we have some shelves here. We've got some racks here, some built-ins here. I mean, I'm gonna say, I think that this closet space is super functional. I think you can do way more with it if you were to put a closet build out in here. But the space that they're giving you, this is nice. This is a decent closet. One more time for the one more time, because I feel like we didn't spend enough time in here for a second. Yeah, you can do a lot in here. I'm trying to imagine it and envision. There's room. There is room. All right, let's go take a look at outside before we go upstairs. Ooh, y'all. It's raining. It's raining. Honestly, it's nice to come on different days to see houses. So outside covered patio space is huge. So for those of you guys who like to entertain, this is the space that you can entertain in. On top of it, we've already got it recessed out for a ceiling fan if you want to add one here. Looks like we have a gas outlet here, which is nice if you want to do an outdoor kitchen setup. You have more than enough space to get away with one right here, to be honest. So that is a huge plus. I mean, this is a nice backyard. It's sprinkling. See, it's sprinkling. So I'm gonna step out quickly so we can try to get a view. I like the landscaping they did here. Whoever gets this model home is gonna enjoy that. And then of course, the back of our house on this one. Before I get rained on too much. Ooh. All right, we've seen downstairs, so let's go take a look at our upstairs. Got a window light, or a window, I should say, not a window light. Our stairwell, that would be letting in a lot more light if it wasn't raining. Before we go down there, we're gonna take a look at our little game room area here. There we go. Are you guys seeing the space that we were talking about? Space, value. I mean, y'all, this is cozy. Balcony overlooks living room. Three large windows, so if it wasn't raining, we'd have a lot more light coming in here. But look at how pretty that is to look at when it is raining. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna right, because we're already here. Bedroom 1 upstairs. Fairly spacious. We have a dresser in here. We have what looks to be a full window here. Let's take a look at our closet. Okay. I'm mad at this. Oh, I'm not mad at this at all. Functional walk-in closet. And then bathroom. Y'all already know. It's just one more row. It's just one more row. But I like the shower that we have here. I like that our handle is over here. Shower head is over to the right. And I like how spacious this bathroom feels. Single vanity, so we have a ton of countertop space here. Bedroom 2. So that room had an ensuite bath. This one does not. Still spacious. 6-drawer dresser. Full bed here. And we still have a ton of open space here. Sliding doors, okay. Not a walk-in, but you can access majority of your rod with this closet layout. So we don't lose any of that. That is a huge plus. Then of course, that room will utilize this bathroom. Single vanity, but ample countertop space happening over here. Really neutral flooring, neutral colors that they've used in this floor plan for their model home, which makes sense. They're trying to appeal to people. And once again, this is a value builder. So they're not going to necessarily prioritize things that we may want to see a little bit more of. Oh, but we can take a look at some of their combos. And then of course, the third bedroom upstairs. Really spacious, probably one of the bigger rooms that we've seen. Same closet type that we had in the other room with sliding doors, window. But I love that we can actually take a look at some of their options that they have here. So if that white isn't your jam, you want something a little bit different. Looks like we have different plans here. Twilight gives you a white subway tile that has that texture-ish feel. This one is more of a shorter square tile, doesn't have that texture look on it. Okay, Gray Valley. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is one of my favorites, that sandstone. But I will say I do like this tile. That is a very nice tile. So you can see Long Lake does give you options. You got about 6 to choose from, not to mention the different types of brick that they're also offering for the exteriors. So you get some versatility, even though we are at really a budget price point for these type of homes. Before we go check out the next home, one thing that I do want to mention about this community specifically, so Creekwood Crossing and Bradbury Forest, is that its location is very solid. You're not too far from 45. You're also not too far away from the Hardy Toll Road. So we have easy access to 99. We can get easy access to 59. You can get anywhere that you need to get to. Bradbury Forest is going to give you amenities in regards to just like a small pool. And then I want to say they may have like a park there. Very limited amenities. That's why the HOA fee is going to be a lot cheaper than what we typically see with master plan communities, where they've got way more stuff that they're providing you with. Creekwood Crossing is not going to have those amenities at all. It is very simple. However, you are close to Punt Park, and y'all, Punt Park is a beast of a park to walk through, to run, to jog, bike, whatever you want to do. You're right there from Punt Park. I do believe they're gonna have a trail that you can kind of just walk through from your neighborhood into the park. So that is a huge plus in my opinion. I used to do 10 miles out in Punt Park, which I look back on that now and I ask myself why. But it is a very nice park. It actually connects to Jesse H. Jones Park in Humble. So if you want to take that feet up, I've done it, it is doable. If you want to take that feet up and you want to bike there, you want to walk there, you can technically walk from Spring to Humble, from Punt Park to Jesse Jones Park. Don't say that I told you to do it. I'm just saying it is doable. With that being said, let's go see the next home. Next house I wanted to show you is going to sit in around 3,300 square feet, but I like it, y'all. This is for those of y'all who want a lot of square footage, a lot of space to maneuver around, big family, or whatever you're using it for. This is the house for you. Starting off on the outside, we do get a little bit more patio space on the front. So y'all know how much we love patio space on this channel. You get that here, and it is covered. And we get a pretty grand entrance, if I do say so myself. So you can really decorate the space come the holiday times. Double doors, there'll be double French doors here. This is just the doors that they have while it's in the building stage, but these will get changed out. And then when we walk in, this is what we're hit with. High ceilings, a lot of space. Off to our right, we have study, which is big enough to be a bedroom. Honestly, it is a bedroom. Because we also get a closet. So they have set it up in a way to where if you want to use it as a bedroom, has the space, has the ability. You may want to change those doors out because they are typical French doors with the glass inserts, but whether you're using it for an office or whether you're using it for a bedroom, you've got a ton of space here. To our right, we've got one of our first closets in this home. And I say first because this house gives you a lot of storage. And then half bath, which half bath, really good size, really big. You can do a lot with the space. Obviously it's a little plain right now. We're talking to build a great home, so not surprised there, but this is the layout and the space and function that you need to turn this bathroom into something grand for your guest. Off to our left, we're gonna have our understair storage. So our second closet that we're getting with this house, and look at how deep this is. We even have a little bit more space over here too. Laundry room is downstairs. Keep in mind, all of these inventory homes come with the appliance package, so you don't have to worry about any of those things with these homes. Standard 2-car garage with tankless water heater down here. It looks like we've also got sprinkler system, so you don't have to worry about any of that either. And because this is a split garage system, you are gonna have 2 at the top. Dining room. 2 windows in the back. This is definitely bigger than the model home that we just saw. This dining room, you can fit a pretty long table and still have a lot of room here. So, and then what's directly across from the dining room is going to be our stair landing and that little nook there. So once again, Christmas, we're in the Christmas season anyways. Christmas tree could go up here. You've got that beautiful decorative landing. Honestly, perfect spot for family photos if you are in the hosting mood. So those are the things that when you're looking at a home, envision what you would do with it. Envision how you would use the space, because that is going to tell you if it makes sense for you. I want to take you guys here, but I'm going to go through the front. But know that you do have kitchen access to your dining room. Living room here. Once again, tall ceilings. We've got windows up at the top, windows at the bottom, a lot of floor space. And my cabinets, y'all. I love those cabinets. Love this island too, because I feel like you can actually get 5 chairs here versus the 4, maybe 5 to 6, depending on the type of chairs that you use. Fridge is gonna go off to your right. And then of course you have this little, what I like to call our coffee matcha station here. All your storage for any of your tools, utensils, coffee beans can go there. Oh wait, y'all. We've got slow close on this one. I wonder why they didn't put that in the model. Absolutely love the function of this kitchen. Love the warmth that we also get from it. Pantry. Ample floor space for bulk items. And of course, a lot of shelf space for a house this big. It is necessary. You guys know how we feel about drawers. Just having them makes a lot of sense. Of course, these don't have handles on it, so it's a lot harder for me to pull. That slow close, y'all. We love some slow close. Dishwasher will go here. Gas range will go here. Microwave will go above your range. I'm just looking at this, and this is like that build a great home where you can come in, I promise you, you change or you add some of your knobs, maybe change out some pendants to something that's a little bit bigger, right? That fits this size island, and then throw something in here. So change out that light, do something low, because this is your breakfast nook area that we have over here. Y'all hear me when I say, you can turn this into your perfect home. This is a typical builder grade house that just needs a smidge of touches. And now you've got a personalized home. Now it feels custom. Since we're already over here, we'll go backyard. No back neighbors on this side of the fence. Want to say you've got the main road behind you. So no back neighbors, but we do have ample patio space. We've got our outlets that are covered, plus we have our gas connect here. So once again, outdoor kitchen is no problem, and you have the space to do so. You actually have enough space here to have table and even your, like a sofa setup if you wanted to do both. So you do have options. Not gonna show you guys the back because this grass is soaking wet, but brick all around. I'm gonna take a peek at the top really quick. Let's take a look at our primary. Okay, this is our third storage on the first floor, y'all. Third storage compartment. So once again, they gave you the square footage, but they balanced it out because obviously if you need 3,000 plus square feet, you probably have a big family. And a big family means you probably need a lot more space to hold things, to store things. So they definitely balanced everything out in that regards. Primary is spacious. Obviously we're not furnished on this one, we're in an inventory, but the space that you're getting there, solid. Loving the shower space that we have here too. Wish we had a bench because we actually have enough space here for a bench. Because you really could have a bench right there. Large soaking tub. This one comes with jets. So if you like a good jet tub, go new construction, go Bradbury Forest, you're gonna have it. And then of course, I actually missed this, so let me open this up for y'all. More storage. You have a place for everything. Now, I'm loving this space here because this feels really warm. When I'm like looking at this in person, I don't know if it comes across that way on the camera, but in person, this entire space is warm because of the wood tones, and it really brings out the warmth that we have in this countertop, which this looks like it's a blue vein on here. But I'm also loving this big mirror. Okay, this just makes the space feel big and grand, which it is big, but still. Then on this bathroom too, I like this layout because we do have a little bit more space. I think that you guys tend to appreciate when we have more space to just move around in. So if you like that, then this is the layout for you. And then for those who don't like a tight closet, little tight private toilet area, you don't have that here. I'm telling you, it is very spacious in here. It is comfortable. And once again, more storage for extra toilet paper, paper towels, whatever you need. You don't have to call the kids to bring you a roll of toilet paper because it should be in there. Okay, closet. Okay, closet. We've got built in here and here. Okay. Y'all know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna tell you, this is the perfect space for a build out. An IKEA closet pack system could do some things in here, but as it stands, it still feels really amazing in that space. Now, I think I showed you guys the front of this living room, but I didn't show you guys what it looks like from this viewpoint. So obviously you'd have your French doors in the back there. Once they get replaced, more than likely they'll have glass inserts, so that'll let in some light. And then of course we have our landing here and a nice little spiral there. And then of course we can see the beams. This house just feels very luxurious. It feels very big. So for those of you guys who are needing something that gives you that, I think this may be the community for you, especially if we're on a budget that we want to stick with. Game room here. Wooden beams up top, just to add that nice little pizzazz. Media room here, or theater room, whatever you want it to be. And it is huge. Some of my clients have laid it out this way, where TV and everything is that way. Sofa is this way. Some have done it this way and have done kind of like theater seats because they can. And then this has been like a row, like a little aisle here. So you have options. They have this nook here, so you can do DVD storage, popcorn machine. I mean, we can do some things here. But the room is big enough. If you can imagine it and dream it, it'll probably work. I'm not gonna hold you. Two windows in the back here. And then I do like that they did a little build out. It's just the convenience of having little storage spaces or little nooks and crannies. So I really enjoy how Long Lake does that. Now, getting to our upstairs rooms, right? We have another hallway here. And I think I'm gonna take y'all right. Let's switch it up a little bit. Bedroom 1 upstairs. This is a 3,300 plus square foot home. So everything feels big. Rooms feel big. Closets are a good size. Keep in mind this is secondary, but I really like the way that they've laid these closets out. It is very functional, makes a lot of sense. To our right, have our bathroom. That same warm glow that we had in the primary, we also have here. Single vanity with a lot of countertop space. Same wood coloring that we had in our kitchen. Window, so we're letting in some natural light when we have the sun out. What did I tell y'all? What's that? More storage. Okay. 4th storage closet. I'm starting to lose count now. Next bedroom here, which big space, large bedrooms. So if we've got kids that are growing up in here, if we need crafting rooms, whatever the reason is that we need to have all this extra space, you have it. And you have it everywhere in your house. Some builders will give you more space in your bedrooms, but then not enough space in the living areas. Some will give you more living area space, but not enough bedroom space. Not with Long Lake. Long Lake gives you plenty of living space, as we've seen. And then we also have a ton of bedroom space. So you're not missing out anywhere. Y'all. Come on now. With this amount of storage, I feel like you have to start couponing. I feel like you'd have to start couponing or something. How back in the day, they had that coupon show. You had all that stuff stacked up. That is what this is for. That is the intention behind the space, because that is crazy. And then bedroom 3, which does feel a little bit bigger than the other rooms that we were just in. And those were still pretty big. This is gonna put you at the front of the house. And then we also have an ensuite bath here. Same warm glow, same good feel. Notice that we didn't have our closet in our bedroom on this one. That's because we have it in here. This closet has that same layout, but we get more space on that in between. So this feels more like a comfortable walk-in. And then we have a window here too. The price point for these homes is so ridiculously insane for the square footage that we're getting. You are not going to get this price with this square footage with almost any other builder. Plus with just like the quality of home that we're getting, right? Little details, little finishes, the tiled fireplace, the grand ceilings. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. They did cheap out on certain things, like our fixtures, our faucets, and like it's just regular old faucet. And so those are gonna be the things that if you wanna come in here and you wanna add those touches, those will be the things that they're so easy and they're so cheap to do. I would do it myself, because what I wanna get and what I wanna pay for is the square footage and the layout. And as long as that functions for me and my family, that's what we want. But I say all that to say, we are at Skirt and Spring Drive, 3106, and we are looking at 3,306 square feet. 4 beds, 3.5 baths, 2 car. So we had half bath downstairs, primary had a bath, upstairs had an ensuite, and then we had that other bath. So yes, 3.5. We also had media room, We also had that little game room at the top, so that game landing. Quartz countertops is what we're gonna get here. They did 42-inch cabinets on the back behind us. You're gonna get stainless steel appliances. You're gonna get the blind package. The blinds are already installed for this one. Front door is gonna be upgraded on this one to definitely that, what do we call it? French door with the glass insert. Fully rear covered patio, y'all. $33,06, and let me tell y'all the price. $489,990. We are getting 3,300 square feet of house for sub 500. Quickly, name a place where you can get that. And you can't name this one. It just doesn't come that often. You'll also get the full appliance pack, and then we can get a 10,000 seller credit on any of our inventory homes that are move-in ready. 10,000 seller credit, sub 500 price point for a 3,300 plus house. Plus I'm getting all my appliances covered. And then wait, hold on, let me tell y'all. 575 conventional rate. Then we also have FHA for $499. I have nothing else to add besides the fact that this is going to be one of the best priced communities in the city. I mean, the price point is immaculate. I think we have time to go see one more home, so I'm going to take us out to Creekwood Crossing to take a look at their 1-story. I like this one because we've seen some 2-stories and we've seen the grand. We've seen a little bit closer to the top end here. So I want to take us to go see sub 4, closer to that 343 price point, and see what we're working with. Because I think Long Lake has shown us that when it comes down to space, when it comes down to price, you can get the best of both worlds in here. We're looking at our last house of this tour. Promised y'all a 1-story, and I'm giving y'all a 1-story. This one's gonna be a 4-bedroom. Walking up, the curb appeal on this is very nice. I'm liking the brick that we're seeing here. I also like that we have a small patio space. It's not major, it's not too big, but it is something, and it is nice to see. Walking in, this is not the door that you guys would get. It will be replaced. Doesn't feel super tight when I walk in, okay? So the spacing that they gave us here, it feels good, it's functional. You can let somebody in, they can walk in, you're not gonna be on top of each other. First bedroom is gonna be right off the front. Then of course, we're gonna have an ensuite bath on this one. Could be a really good guest bathroom, or sorry, guest room, I should say. So that way your guests have everything within their room. I do love how we've tucked the shower into this little corner. And it is really spacious. I showed you guys ceiling. I like this one. Room size does still feel good. This house, I want to say, is around 18 to 1850, give or take. So not one of the biggest houses that we've seen, but what matters is how did we lay out our space. Of course, laundry room here. Looks like we have access to gas and electrical. So you choose. 2-car garage. If you can see over there, we've got a sprinkler system, got our water heater. This house also has full gutters as well. Y'all, we get to see another cabinet color. At 18 to 1850 square feet, I'm liking the kitchen layout that we have here because one, we have this square island that otherwise, this would have just been a big open space, but one, this space breaks it up a little bit more. 2, we have a prep station. So we've got space for prep work to be done aside from our countertops. 2, we get more storage. We just get to utilize way more storage here. Fridge is gonna go here. Range is gonna go there. Dishwasher here. I like the countertop that they picked as well. It is kind of busy, but because the rest of the house is very simple, and I really think it pulls this gray out. So I'm liking the combo that we've got going here. Come through pantry. Come through pantry. I'm telling y'all. I don't care what the square footage is. Long Lake is one of those builders that know how to use it. The other thing that I want to point out, we've got that under cabinet lighting. So when the kitchen is closed, shut off all the lights, keep your under cabinet lights on. This kitchen is closed when that is the only light that is on. Microwave will go at the top here. And then of course we have our under mounted sink. For those of you guys who like a dual sink, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But maybe we can find a way to separate this. I don't know, maybe we can figure something out. Before we go to living room, because it is over there, and you guys do see it, I want to show you guys the bedrooms because we are separated. So we've got our storage here. Doesn't matter what the square footage of the house is, doesn't matter how many bedrooms it has, Long Lake is always going to give you storage space. Bathroom. This bathroom is going to be shared with 2 other rooms. So it is going to be single vanity, single sink, but we have ample countertop space over here. And then of course, we have our cabinets that match our kitchen cabinets over there. Now, bedroom 1, or I should say 2, bedroom 2 that we're seeing in this house. Good amount of space. And the way that they kind of shape this, it just feels like you have a little bit more space on this side of the room. This is one of those rooms where really you could put bed here, here, or here. Just however you want to lay it out. We've got that same closet system that we had in one of our last houses, or the very first house that we saw. Single rod, but we can utilize pretty much the entire rod. And then of course, sliding doors. So that way it doesn't come out into the space. Layout on this one is the same, just flipped. Of course, same door and closet setup going on over here. I cannot get over this kitchen, y'all. I'm actually obsessed with this kitchen. And the fact that this is the kitchen that we're getting at $342 is insane. Going into our living room, this would be your bar area. You could probably get, honestly, up to 6 chairs there. And then over here, you would use this space to really just add in your dining table. If you want to have a formal dining table, you can do one here to break that up. And then here we have our living room. Okay, so this would be really that open concept that people love. This is gonna be that. You just have to use your furniture and your creativity to break the space up. Once again, we see that tile. We saw this tile earlier in the model home and I absolutely love it. Same mantle, perfect place. Christmas is coming up and around the corner. Perfect place to hang the stockings up. And y'all, it is not too late to get in and potentially get something under contract and closed before Christmas. Before we go outside, let's take a look at our primary. More storage, y'all. Insane. Primary on this one is very big. Once again, we have a room where we can put the bed there, or we can honestly put it here. But either which way, you can really maneuver this space to fit it the way that you want it to. You still have more space. Nothing crazy on top of the ceiling, but we do have a nice slope over here. Gives it a little bit of dimension. Primary bath, shower to our left with our tub, no soaking tub, or no jet tub, I should say. Soaking tub, but no jets on this one. Dual vanity. One thing I'm noticing at this price point, we don't have the extra fixtures at the top. Small thing to lose, but at the price point that we're looking at, honestly, it's a loss that I will be happy to take. And then for those of you guys who are concerned about the private toilet space, I can attest that this is very wide, it is comfortable. Don't think y'all are gonna feel claustrophobic in this one. But now onto the closet, because y'all got a lot of stuff. And I will say, this house is 1850-ish square feet. This is a decent sized closet for the square footage of house that we are pairing it with. And I think it's important because sometimes builders will give us big house and then will give us a tiny closet. Doesn't make sense. When you have a big house, you need to have storage space. So with that being said, I don't think that Long Lake has done that. I think even in our closet, we're not in the biggest house that they sell, but we have a closet that is proportional and we have a closet that works, especially if you're sharing it with 2 people, because it's the only closet that we have in there. So don't worry about those things with Long Lake because they do a great job with laying out their square footage. Now for our backyard. On this one, we're gonna have no back neighbors. Main road is on the back there. I wanna say that's Burnham Wood. I wanna say that is the main road that we're looking at there. But of course we do have covered patio space. We still have our outlets on the back that are covered. We have our gas connect. So you can still do an outdoor kitchen even on here, and we still have a decent size patio space. We're not missing anything here. Outside light. And y'all, spacious backyard. So for those of you guys who want something that gives you a little bit more space, this would be a community where the lots are going to give you a lot of backyard space because of how they built the houses. But if you can see, next door we have them, they have a, hold on. Next door they have a larger, I can tell, patio space here, so it looks like it's extended. So it's gonna eat up a little bit more of their yard, but they're still getting a decent amount of yard. So you've got options when it comes down to what you're looking for specifically. If you are somebody who wants a decent sized yard, but maybe you just prioritize patio space, then something like that would probably be a happier combination of the two. But this is still solid. You can still make this work. We've seen a few houses. We've seen quite a few options. Starting with this house, because this is the last house that we were on, 24507 Bradbury Woods. I'll have the listings down in the descriptions below if you guys want to click through some photos and just see any additional information on them. But we're looking at $342,990 for this home. $342,990, new construction, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage. 1869 square feet, so I was actually a little under. I think I was saying 18 to 1850. We're at 1869 square feet, all on 1 story. Ample backyard space in the back, covered patio in the back, plus you're getting all stainless steel appliances, you're getting your blinds included in that, you're getting that upgraded front door that they're gonna add to it, full gutters, sprinkler system. I mean, y'all, tile throughout except in our bedrooms. And we're also able to get $10,000 towards closing costs. Right now we've got incentives at, I wanna say it's a 499 and a 5.75. So 499 for FHA, 5.75 for conventional. Y'all, I think I already said this, but right now conventional rates are falling somewhere between 6.125. Sometimes that's just with the buy down already attached to it. So they're coming out the gate with a 5.75 and they're giving you concessions to put towards your closing costs. So appliance package on top of it. Now, let's get into the nitty gritty details that I know you guys care about because we've seen the other homes, we've seen this home, Let's talk about community. Bradbury Forest and Creekwood Crossing are basically right across from each other, so that's why we're gonna just, whenever we see them, we're gonna loop them together because Long Lake is selling in both of them, so it's no point in us separating it. But HOA for both of these is gonna put you at about $575 to $585 a year. And then for tax rate on both of these, we're looking at a 2.8. So tax rate is pretty good. HOA is really good if we're talking about new construction communities, and that's because it doesn't have a lot of amenities. Whenever you see HOA fees that tend to be a little bit on the higher end, so I'm talking $1,200, $1,400, $1,500, usually that is going to come with much more amenities. We're talking resort style pools, we're talking splash pads, multiple parks. Those are the spaces that they have to cover and they have to pay for. And so, yes, your HOA fee is going to go up. If you are not comfortable or you feel like you're not going to utilize all of those things, then it makes more sense for you to go with a neighborhood like this where there aren't a ton of amenities that are present and available for you, but you don't have to worry about paying for it because you weren't going to use it anyways. So $575, $585 HOA. Solid tax rate. School district for this home is going to be Spring ISD. So definitely do your research on the school district and what you're comfortable with and what you're looking for out of that. But the one thing that I do want to say about this community is that this one falls within a CRA zone. Y'all, if y'all have seen any other video on my channel before, I've probably mentioned the CRA zone, and I love talking about the CRA zone because that honestly helps so many clients get into a home that otherwise were like, I don't know if I can get one right now. That has been the make or break for so many people. So what that actually means is that you can get 100% financing, no PMI, and you can get a grant. Right now, I think my lender's doing $5,000, and next year, I think it's still gonna be $5,000. However, they should be getting way more grant funds, so we should have way more funds to go around for more people, so more of you guys can get access to it. But that is such a big deal because y'all, when we're talking about conventional, like, or even FHA, right? If you do not put down 20%, you are going to have PMI. For FHA, you will have PMI for the life of the loan. For conventional, you will have PMI up until you get up to 20% equity, and then you still have to let them know, hey, I've hit 20% equity. So you have to also be watching that and be mindful of that. With this loan program, it allows you to do conventional financing 100%. So we're talking no down payment, and you don't have any PMI. And we get $5,000. So if we're getting $10,000 from the sellers, $5,000 from our lender, we don't have to buy appliances because that's coming with the house. We're getting a lower interest rate. It's sounding like we should really be considering taking a look at Bradbury Forest and Creekwood Crossing. But I'm just saying that's what it sounds like to me. Bang for buck, I think this is a community that touches on every single mark. For my clients who are specifically looking for new construction, you do not want to go resale, you want strictly new construction. This is a community that I would look at, especially if having the square footage is more important to you than having the super nice updated finishes. You can add those things. We can add a new faucet, we can add knobs that look nice, we can add fixtures that look better and really just turn this into a custom home. But the layout is here, and if you are comfortable with doing that, then this is definitely the community that you should be looking at. Now, in regards to location, you're gonna be in Spring, Texas, right off of Cypresswood, so puts you pretty close to 45, and it also puts you close to the Hardy Toll Road. So you can get to 99 fairly easily, you can get to the Woodlands fairly quickly, you can get to Humble, Kingwood, Atascocita, downtown, straight shot from 45. Location-wise, we're solid location. We're not too far from anything. I think that that is also a huge plus for this builder. If we need to stay under 400 and we need to have that space, I'm telling you guys, this is where we need to be looking at. High threes to, I'll even say 500 range at the top end. this is where you need to be looking at, because you'll fall somewhere in the middle, and I guarantee you, you'll absolutely love this community. Now to get into my spiel that I always get into. If you guys have not scheduled a call, you need to schedule your call. Schedule your consultation. It is completely free. I am simply here to be a resource and to help you guys understand what the home buying process is like here in Houston. But I get it. Sometimes we get nervous. I promise I'm nice. I do not bite. But make sure you sign up for that free buyer's guide. That is also there to just be a resource and be very informative and help you. It's going to take you through a step-by-step process of what the buying process looks like, typically the amount of money that you need to have set aside, all the details that maybe you just want to have some answers to some of your questions. And we're not looking for anything too specific right now. But y'all, regardless of what you decide to do, all you're doing is making a call. It is not necessarily a commitment. You do not have to say, I am buying a house tomorrow or next week or 2 weeks from now. It is simply, hey, I have questions. I want to know what the right path and what the right plan for me is. So how do I do that, Kaylee? That is it. But I say this all the time. I think this is probably one of my favorite communities because the price is so good. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm a deal searcher. I like a good deal. I know y'all like a good deal too. So if you guys have questions about this community, I'm literally just a phone call or text away. You can book a call here with the QR code, or you can text this number down below. Literally, whatever you guys want to do, whatever questions you have, I'm always happy to answer them. But as always, it was a pleasure touring with you guys, and I will catch you guys on the next tour.